Hi, my name is Frank, and today I felt like doing another video, and I want to do a video about another little program I wrote in my favorite assembler. It's called fasm, and this time it's not just a program for playing around with. This time it solves a certain problem which I had at work. The company where I'm working is very small, and we don't have a time registration system of any kind. And so I wrote a little program which shows me how long I've been in the lunch break. And now I show it to you. If it's not been used for longer than 1 day, it just shows the actual time. And now it's 2 p.m. and 11 minutes, and yeah, let's see if and how it shows the correct time. Activate it. Okay. These red triangles here, they form an inner circle, and those outer blue triangles form an outer circle, and these here are also forming a circle. And now I tell you how it works. These here are the hours, the red triangles, and here we have this is the 0 pointer, and here we have 2 hours for 2 p.m. and here we have the minutes. Those two different, the pink triangles and the blue triangles, they both represent the minutes, and the blue triangles represent the minutes in 5-minute steps, and these pink triangles, they go from 1 to 4. So it's 2 hours, 5, 10, 11 minutes. The time is correct. Okay, and now I want to show you some things about the program. There's one thing I want to show you. I want to show you general things. As you can see, this code is structured. I think it's structured quite okay. The different parts of the program, the data sections and the header and the data definitions, they are all separated so that you can see it very good. Here are the routines, and I come to this routine, I come later. The functions. This is one function, this is another function, and this is the drawing function. This is the startup sequence. Most of these parts of the program I reuse over and over again. Some might call it a framework, but I think the word is a little too big for what I'm actually doing here. This is the message loop, an essential part of every Windows program. It's same as the window proc, the callback function for Windows. And down here is the import data. It's yeah, would you call it I would call it a vector table. And here in this code I programmed it with sections. Okay. Here's a Windows API function which I think is very useful. It's called peak message, and it does the same, not exactly the same, but in quite a way it does the same as get message, but it checks if there is actually a message for your program, and if it isn't, you can just skip and proceed with your program. It's not really an issue in this code, but I use it and I think it's okay. Okay, here's another thing which I want to show you. Um, if you have a graphic program, then separate the calculations from the graphic output, because when you do your calculations inside this graphic program, you interrupt these graphics, and it might happen that you have a flimmering in the graphic, and don't do this. Separate it clearly from each other, and this is something in general I want to say. Separate your program clearly. Separate it clearly in different functions and functionalities, and keep them apart from each other, so that you can concentrate on the several problems, and don't mix things together which doesn't have to do something with each other. And if you do it this way, you have a clear code, and it's relative easy to increase, for example, the speed of a program. And when we are by the issue of speed, I want to come back to this routine which I told you a few minutes ago. This routine here I wrote a few years ago for another program, and it was to calculate date and time, to do date and time calculations very quick, and it shouldn't use Windows API functions, because they can slow down your programs very much, especially if you use the function very often. And so this wasn't possible, and I wrote this routine. I wrote the function in this routine, or by this routine, on my own, and to be very fast, because the program had to compete with other programs which are written in a normal way. It's a very stupid code here. I didn't use any macro instructions of fasm, and yeah, back then I didn't want to put too much thought into it, because sometimes workmanship triumphs over good engineering. It was a quote. And so I did it back then, and it was okay. It went okay. Yep. And maybe I do a second video today, maybe I don't, and for both cases I say goodbye and thank you for listening.